3 months ago, I walked into my office as a senior marketing analyst with 5 years of experience, thinking I had job security. By lunch, I was cleaning out my desk. The reason? An AI system could do my job faster, cheaper, and apparently better than I could. If you're watching this video, you might be worried about the same thing happening to you, or maybe it already has. Today, I'm sharing the brutal truth about losing my job to artificial intelligence and the 5 strategies that not only helped me survive, but actually thrive in this new reality. I'm Sarah, and 6 months ago, I thought AI was just a buzzword that didn't really affect real people with real jobs. I was wrong. Dead wrong. My company had been experimenting with AI tools for months. At first, it seemed harmless. Maybe it would help us work more efficiently. I even helped train the system, feeding it years of my own work samples, thinking I was making my job easier. I had no idea I was essentially training my replacement. The day it happened, my manager called me into her office. She looked uncomfortable, avoiding eye contact. "Sarah, we need to talk about your role here." My heart sank. She explained that the AI system could now perform most of my analytical tasks in minutes rather than hours. What took me 8 hours to complete, the AI could do in 20 minutes. From a business perspective, it was a no. From a human perspective, it was devastating. I felt angry, betrayed, and honestly, a little stupid. How had I not seen this coming? The first few weeks were rough. I questioned everything. Was I not skilled enough? Had I become obsolete? Would any company want to hire someone whose job could be automated? But here's what I learned. Losing my job to AI wasn't the end of my career. It was the beginning of something better. It forced me to evolve, to think differently about work, and to develop skills that actually make me more valuable than I was before. Let me share the 5 strategies that transformed my situation from a disaster into an opportunity. The first strategy is to audit your skills ruthlessly. I spent a week listing every single thing I could do professionally. Not just job titles, but actual skills. Data analysis, client communication, project management, creative problem solving, team collaboration. Then I researched which of these skills were most likely to be automated, and which were inherently human. What I discovered was eye-opening. While AI could crunch numbers and generate reports, it couldn't understand the nuance of client relationships. It couldn't read between the lines during meetings, or navigate complex office politics. I had been focusing on the technical, repetitive parts of my job. The parts that were easiest to automate. But I had undervalued my human skills. Empathy, creativity, strategic thinking, and relationship building. The second strategy is to become AI literate, not AI resistant. This was hard for me initially. The last thing I wanted to do was learn about the technology that had replaced me. But I realized that fighting against AI was like fighting against calculators or computers. The technology wasn't going away. I spent time learning how AI actually works, what it can and cannot do, and most importantly, how to work with it, rather than against it. I took online courses and experimented with different AI tools. This knowledge was transformative. Instead of seeing AI as a threat, I began to see it as a powerful tool that could amplify my human capabilities. The third strategy is to develop hybrid skills that combine human creativity with AI capabilities. Companies don't just want people who can use AI tools. They want people who can think strategically about how to integrate AI into business processes while maintaining the human touch that customers value. I started positioning myself as someone who could bridge the gap between AI capabilities and human needs. I learned to translate business requirements into AI-friendly formats, interpret AI outputs in business contexts, and identify when human judgment needed to override AI. The fourth strategy is to network strategically in the AI-transformed job market. The traditional job search approach wasn't working for me. Instead, I focused on building relationships with people who were navigating the same challenges. I joined online communities of professionals adapting to AI in their industries. I attended virtual conferences about AI in marketing and business. I reached out to former colleagues who had successfully transitioned to AI-integrated roles. This networking approach led to opportunities that weren't advertised anywhere. I found contract work helping companies implement AI tools and discovered consulting opportunities where businesses needed someone who understood both the technical and human sides of AI integration. The fifth and most important strategy is to focus on uniquely human value in an AI world. This required a fundamental shift in how I thought about my career. Instead of trying to compete with AI on efficiency or data processing, I focused on delivering value that only humans can provide. I developed my emotional intelligence, my ability to understand and respond to human needs and concerns. I improved my communication skills and worked on my creative problem-solving abilities. Most importantly, I learned to see my role as a human AI collaborator rather than a human worker who might be replaced by AI. Within 4 months of losing my job, I had landed a position as an AI strategy consultant with a salary 30% higher than my previous role. My new job involves helping companies implement AI tools while maintaining human-centered business practices. I work with both technical teams and business stakeholders to ensure that AI integration enhances, rather than replaces, human capabilities. But the benefits go beyond just financial. I'm doing work that feels more meaningful and engaging than my previous role. I'm constantly learning and growing, rather than doing the same repetitive tasks. I feel more secure in my career because I've developed skills that are valuable in an AI-driven economy. Now, I want to address something important. Not everyone who loses their job to AI will have the same experience I did. The strategies I've shared require time, effort, and sometimes financial resources that not everyone has. The transition isn't easy, and it's not always quick. But I believe these strategies can work for anyone willing to invest in themselves and adapt to change. The key is to start before you're forced to. Don't wait until you lose your job to begin developing AI literacy and hybrid skills. The AI revolution is happening whether we're ready or not. We can either be victims of that change, or we can be active participants in shaping how it affects our careers and our lives. The choice is ours. If you're going through this, or if you're worried about going through it, please know that your worth isn't determined by whether a machine can do your job. Your value as a human being and as a professional goes far beyond any specific set of tasks. The key is to identify and develop the aspects of your work that are uniquely human and increasingly valuable in an AI-driven world. Looking forward, I'm optimistic about the future of work, even in an AI-dominated landscape. Yes, many jobs will be automated. But history shows us that technological advances also create new opportunities. The key is to position ourselves to take advantage of those opportunities, rather than being left behind by them. The jobs of the future will require different skills than the jobs of the past. They'll require more creativity, more emotional intelligence, more strategic thinking, and more ability to work collaboratively with AI systems. These are fundamentally human skills that can't be easily automated. My advice to anyone watching this is to start preparing now. Don't wait for AI to impact your job directly. Begin developing the skills and mindset that will serve you well in an AI-integrated workplace. Learn about AI tools in your industry. Practice working with them. Focus on developing your uniquely human capabilities. Most importantly, remember that change, even difficult change, can lead to growth and new opportunities. Losing my job to AI was one of the most challenging experiences of my professional life, but it also led to the most rewarding period of my career. The future belongs to those who can adapt, learn, and find ways to add human value in an increasingly automated world. If you're willing to do the work, you can not only survive, but thrive in the age of AI. If you enjoyed today's content, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel, KB Blue. Your support means the world to us, as it helps us grow and bring more inspirational stories like these. I want to leave you with this challenge. Identify one skill you have that's uniquely human, and commit to developing it further this week. Maybe it's your ability to listen empathetically, to think creatively, or to build meaningful relationships. Whatever it is, invest in it. Your future self will thank you. Remember, the age of AI isn't about humans versus machines. It's about humans with machines, working together to create value that neither could achieve alone. That's where the real opportunity lies, and that's where your future success awaits.